All right, so you can proceed, Dumom.
Okay, once again, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dunmomi Durojaye, and for one, I'm grateful to the organizers, especially Praise for allowing me to teach you guys on this. It's a privilege, and I do not take it for granted. Yeah, you've heard my bio, and all of that is true about me. And I just want to make sure that everybody tries. Everybody brings out their potential in the most unique way ever. I'm a third year medical student and all of that. So I'll just go right into, our what we are treating for today. And let me go ahead to share my screen. My topic is the topic I will be. I'm coming. I want to share my screen. I'm not able to share my screen here. I think you might have to make me the host or something. Hi guys, can you hear me please? Please, I need someone to respond. And then can you see my screen?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. Sorry to interject. Dumami, sorry to interject. So,
Yeah,
Zainab, can you make me the host? Oguno or Zainab? I don't know.
I think Dotun
I
is the
don't.
host now. Just confirm, please.
No, he's not. He's not the host.
Okay. Please let me know when I can go on.
Yeah, you can. You can go on.
Oh, all right. So I will be the topic of what we are discussing this afternoon is creating a killer presentation on Canva. Um, if you are familiar with Canva, please let me know in the chat box. Let me know if anybody has heard of Canva or uses Canva or is proficient in Canva and all of that. Please let me know quickly, quickly, quickly. I'm waiting for our responses. I love um I love responsive audiences, so I can't say anything. No. Okay. Somebody says she's familiar with Canva. Latin of Greatness is familiar with Canva. Who else? Somebody uses Canva. Somebody's familiar with Canva. So yeah, people are familiar with Canva. That's great. That's great. That's great. So I'm happy that I'm in the midst of people who are familiar with Canva. Regardless, there is more to Canva than you can ever think of. Canva is a graphic design software or application, depending on whether you are using it on your mobile phone or on your laptop. So and is web-based, and it's a cloud software. Cloud software meaning that whatever you do, it gets saved to the cloud. So whenever you are saving your design on your phone, it now downloads, like you download it. And this feature allows you to start working on a design on your phone, and then you can finish up on your laptop and maybe download on your laptop and present on your laptop. So Canva is such a sweet app to use and all of that. You can use it for various things. You can use it to create ebooks, designs, flyers, and all of that. But in this class, we are going to be majoring on presentation. So meet me. I've said you've heard my citation and all of that. I'm God's light bearer, a medical student. I have a business, the Elio brand. I'm a YouTuber, a content creator, a Canva coach too, and all of that. Then like, because I don't want to take too much time, and there's a lot that we'll do, right? I will just go right into features of a very good presentation. Now, this will lay the foundation of whatever we are going to be doing on Canva, right? So you want to make sure that whenever you're having any presentation to do, whether it's a pitch deck or it's a presentation for a class like this, or it's a presentation, for your lecturers, because I know in medical school we do presentation from time to time, or it's just a presentation anywhere, right? You want to stand out. You want to make sure that this is very, very great and awesome. So you just have to keep the following things in mind. First thing is simplicity. Keep your design simple and uncluttered. Use a clean and easy to read font. Limit the number of colors and images on each slide. So you can see even from my slides from the beginning, and that's a feature that you see throughout, even throughout this design. Fun fact, I didn't want to create this presentation slide before because I was thinking that it was a practical class and all of that. I'll just take you through everything in Canva from top to bottom. But I was like, let me just lead by example so that you see, this a presentation slide that I have created, and then even each point that I will be talking about, it will look real to you, and then it's not just abstract. So that's why I changed my mind to create this slide, because I was thinking it was unnecessary before. Okay, let's stay with simplicity. The design should be simple. For example, on this slide, we see that we are not seeing too much elements. If it were to be, maybe you're doing a graphic design flyer, or just maybe a fun flyer or a birthday poster or something, you will notice that they don't really go for simple stuff. Maybe they add balloons, they add love shape emojis, they had all those paparazzi, but that's not needed in a presentation slide. You must try to make your design as simple as possible. No matter the statements you want to make, please make sure that your design is simple. If not, people will be like, what are you even trying to do? Like, they will not know where to take their eyes to, and all of them, they will be distracted. So make sure that your design is simple. To the next slide, if you have any questions, there's time for question and answer at the end of my presentation. So then the next thing that you want to make sure that your design, your presentation is that it is clear. The slide should be easy to understand at a glance. You want to make sure that the message you're passing across is not muddled up in the middle of too much elements, too much text, too much. For example, in all these slides I'm preparing, there are three major things: a picture, a heading, and just a summary of what I'm trying to say, right? And you see that all my words are not on this presentation, if not on this slide. If not, it will just be very, very crazy, right? I'm not reading directly from this slide. I just have key points that, okay, this will help me. So make sure that you use clear and concise language. You avoid jargon or terms that people cannot understand, right? Make sure that your slide is as simple as possible, like to the barest minimum. Like, sometimes in my class we use slides, our teachers use slides, but then their slides eventually become notes, and that is defeating the purpose of presentation. So whenever I come across a teacher that his slide is just pam 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 straight to the point, and then he goes on to explain, I kind of like enjoy that class the more, because when all you are saying is on the presentation slide, right? My focus will be on the presentation slide, and I will not hear what you are saying. So I will just be trying to read what is happening on the presentation slide, and then to follow and all of that. So make sure that it is clear. It should be understood at a glance. The message you're trying to pass across should be understood at a glance. Then relevance. each slide should be directly relevant to the topic of your presentation. You don't want to go and bring in Aki and Popo where, you are not discussing Nollywood. It will serve as a distraction, which might not go well even for the end of your presentation. Now, tomorrow we're going to be working on pitch decks, and pitch decks are very, very sensitive. But now I'm just generalizing on presentation in general. Presentations, they are not like documents. They are not like Word documents that you can write everything. It's just to like anybody that is walking into the room, even at the point you are presenting, should be able to follow through. And this is one of the many reasons why your every slide should be relevant. Don't add irrelevant information. Your audience will start wondering. Number one, your audience will start wondering that what were you talking about in the first place? They will start wondering that what are you talking about now? Then anybody that enters will be as confused as well. So make sure that each slide is relevant. It does not go off topic. That's why even before you prepare a presentation slide, have what you want to talk about in mind. Then visual appeal. Your presentation slide should not be boring. By boring does not mean it should not be white and black. Your presentation slide can be white and black, but then still visually appealing, right? You can use different things from high quality images to graphics. You'll see all of that when we enter into the practical session. And make sure that these things, they support the content of your presentation. You don't go and bring in maybe something about cooking when you're talking about manufacturing. It does not make sense. Like, yes, add pictures, add graphs and all of that, but make sure that it is high quality and it is relevant to the content of your presentation. It supports the content of your presentation. Avoid using low quality or irrelevant images that may distract or confuse your audience. Make sure that everything that you do is quality, is sharp, there is contrast. All of these things now, they come in like on the design aspect. Just make sure that your design is simple, easy to read, and you use fonts that make sense and not distracting. Yesterday, I think Praise mentioned something about fonts and all of that. So the next thing that this is a repetition. Okay, the next thing that you want to do is consistency. So far in my designs, you will have seen, in my slide rather, you will have seen consistency, a particular type of font, a particular color of background, then the pictures too that are added, they have a particular theme that they follow, right? Keep your design consistent. It will help your audience, follow through. Like if you are using maybe one font before, you now come and bring in another font, or one color before, you now come and bring in another color, it will cause a lot of distractions. And presentations, you really don't have much time. So you want to grab the attention of your audience from beginning to the end, right? Use the same font, use the same color scheme, use the same formatting across all slides. Yes, there might be differences depending on what you want to show in each slide, but just make sure that consistency is there. No matter what you are trying to show, make sure that the consistency is there. I'm running along. White space. Use white space to balance out the slide and make it easier on the eyes. Now, what is white space? White space is all these spaces. I think you can see it. It's all these spaces. Like my designs, they are not jam-packed. They are breathing. The elements there are breathing, right? So just make sure that the white space is there, right? A cluttered slide is usually difficult to read, and of course it will detract from the message they are trying to convey. See, the point of a killer presentation is one that you can sustain the attention of your audience from beginning to the end, that even as you're presenting and they are seeing your body movement and whatnot, the presentation does not leave their mind. It is memorable. It's something that they can relate to even some days after, when they see, that your presentation was great. When I got home, the graphs, that you were using, it was just, for example, see this presentation it's not an exact presentation, on a computer or like a presentation slide. But wait, it looks like I'm the one. Praise,
Yes, yes.
can you hear me? Are you allowing people to enter? Okay, I think I'm just the co-host. Because I was
Yes,
notified
yes,
that someone was in the waiting room. Oh, all right. So I will just
yeah.
continue. Sorry everyone for the distraction. So this one that I have zoomed in, we see that there is a lot of white space, even though there is, the messages is trying to pass across, they are they are passed across, right? There is a pie chart, there is the bar chart, and all whatnot. But then there is still a lot of space. It did not say because I want to put all the charts in the world on this presentation, I have to make it jam packed. No, make it easy to read and all of that. Then the next thing is readability. The common thing with slides is that um, you are going to be presenting on a screen most of the times, not every time. And then you're going to be presenting on a screen, and then people are going to be sitting down and looking at your slide. So you don't want to use tiny text, right? You don't want to use tiny text. This my slide is like this because I'm like doing it on a screen. But even though I was presenting it on a larger scale, that's maybe using presentation document and all of that, this text I might increase the text, but I might not, because I feel it's okay the way it is. But if I feel like there is more space for it to be increased, why not? I will increase the text and make sure that it is readable from the back of the room. So something that can help in making sure that your texts are readable is using bullet points and short phrases instead of long paragraphs. So I'll do all of that in the practical, right? Then conciseness, you want to use keywords and phrases instead of full sentences to convey your message. That's if maybe you want to tell a story. For example, you are doing a presentation based on a research that you did, and then you want to talk about a story of maybe ABBA in the 1990s. Just write ABBA in 1990s, and from there you start your story. Don't say don't write on your slide that um case study of ABBA in 1990 when Kiniko happened to Kiniko and all of that. You now add all the story, not all the story, because you might not be able to add all the story, but then you just maybe add the first paragraph of your story. Nah, it will bore your audience. Just write ABBA in 1990, and then you say when you like get to that slide, they get to ABBA in 1990. They are now eager to listen to you. What happened in ABBA in 1990, right? So use keywords and phrases to convey your messages instead of full sentences most of the time. Then emphasis. If there's anything that you want them to draw their attention to, or you want to draw the attention of your audience to, make sure that there is the emphasis. For example, here the emphasis is like my bigger text, the heading, right? And then you can also use bold text, italicized text, underlining, or any formatting tools to draw attention, right? So that maybe we are presenting in a business workshop, and then you you're presenting a business workshop and you want to draw their attention to the total revenue for a particular year. You will want to make that total revenue, you want to make it bolder, you want to make it bigger than every other text on that presentation slide, so that that's the first thing they will see. They will know that this is what you want to talk about, and maybe how to increase the total revenue, or how it could have been better, or how you achieved it and all of that. Be careful not to overuse these tools. For example, if you have estimated revenue, total revenue, all the revenues possible on one slide, and then you now go and embolden everything, you've wrecked your presentation. Because which one is now the most important? Which one are you now drawing their attention to? Which one are you making them to see, right? Just be careful not to overuse these tools. Moderation is key. Then the next thing you want to do is eye-catching design. We've said that when we said visual appeal. Make sure that your design is very nice. It should be easy to understand at a glance. Use clear, concise language and, and all of that stuff. Then engaging. This is one thing, especially if you are presenting physically, right? With your body language and your slide, you might want to ask questions from time to time. What do you think about this? Or maybe when you tell the story, you now say what should the person have done instead, and all of that. So your slide should be as engaging as possible, and it should help to keep the audience attention throughout the presentation, right? So make sure that whenever you're presenting something, you are not just running along as I am doing. You're not just talking and talking, I'm talking. And I'm doing this because, I'm teaching you guys, and, I'm just trying to establish some facts. But then in your own presentation, especially maybe, and don't ask too much questions though. Especially maybe you're doing a pitch deck or something. Don't go and ask your investors to be too many questions. Just ask them relevant questions, that will show that, they've been paying attention. And then supporting evidence, which is very, very, very important. Make sure that, your data is properly represented, numbers, charts, pie charts, graphs, line graphs, and all of that. And make sure that, you explain it well. You're able to explain, the graphical representation well. Presentation, supporting evidences, data, and, charts and all of that, they kind of add spice to presentation slides. So make sure that it's clearly displayed and it is very, very easy to understand. And even as you are presenting, you can explain it to the best of your ability. Not that, you put a pie chart there and then you don't even know what it is, maybe because somebody else prepared the slide for you and then you are just lost, right? Make sure that you are knowledgeable. You're knowledgeable about charts and all of that, and then you add it to your design. Make sure that your design is well organized too. You don't want to put what is supposed to be last as first. For example, you will not want me to put ask questions as the first thing in my slide. I have to have thoughts first, right? And just make sure that your information is presented in a logical and easy to follow manner. Like, it should just make sense. Then if you are presenting on autoplay, which we'll see when we head on into Canva proper, we'll see that there is autoplay, which, even on Microsoft PowerPoint, you can make each, for example, if you have 5 minutes, to present a pitch deck, right? Something that can help is you time each slide. Let's say you have 20 slides and you need equal time to properly explain each slide. You now have to divide the 5 minutes that you have into each slide and then make it timed, right? But make sure that whatever time you're putting on each slide is okay, is enough for you to properly explain that slide. And then if you give 20 minutes to a slide, 20 minutes is not enough, and then it just goes off by itself, right? So make sure that it is appropriately timed. Make sure that if you are going to be adding timing is not compulsory. For example, now my presentation is not timed, right? But I know that I am working with time because I have quite a lot to do. So it's Pascal time, and let's head on to Canva. Before then, do we have anybody who wants to say anything? Do you have anybody who wants to say anything? I'm waiting for us in the chat box because I'm already on Zoom again. Who wants to say anything? Who wants to say anything so far? Maybe what you've learned or new information, something that just piqued your interest as I was teaching and all of that. I want to hear from us before I continue. There's nobody wants me to go on into Canva. Okay, Uni said she learned about white spacing, something that she might not have heard of before. So I don't want to waste our time. I don't want to waste our time. Okay, simplicity when designing, every key point, straight to the point, and all of that. So I will just go all into Canva. Canva is an amazing app, and I was even presenting on Canva. So let's let's go. This is where I prepared all my slides and everything. So this is the home page on Canva, right? This is the home page. You can create a lot of things on Canva, but we're just going to be majoring on presentations in this call, right? This is a lot of things. So one thing on Canva is that you can work with templates. As much as templates are good, I usually don't advise them because they might fix you in a box. But then if you don't have much time and all of that, you can just, go on with creating with a template. So there are different types of presentation, and let me show us what a template looks like. So a template is is a pre-prepared document that you can edit on Canva that just has the major major Canva major presentation features. So this is the presentation size. Is usually a 19 by 20. Yes, 1920 by 1080 pixels, right? So that's the proper size for a presentation. I hope we can get that. See that? Yes, that's. I am making. I'm showing you on my screen that this is the size, right? So let's go back into. Let's go back to Canva. Sorry, to presentation. So this is an already made template, and I'll just show us the features. You see that throughout the presentation, we have consistency in, wait, I'm not sure if we can see it well. Consistency in, let me try to present. So from this template now, we can see consistency in the color, the font used, the colors used are cream, red, and yellow. Even and green too, yes. And green too. It's just that the green is not plenty, but then there is that element of green there. So we can see how simple this is. And if you want to, this kind of presentation now is is especially for creative designers, if they want to give, maybe make a presentation of who they are, and works that they have produced, so they will show their creativity. This is their creative portfolio by so so and so, then welcome to the creative presentation, and everything about them. You see that this one is not the usual, but then it has the um general features of a presentation. There is the emphasis, there is the simplicity, there is the consistency and visual appeal, and all of that. So that's that about this slide. So why there are many templates, you want to explore your creativity and make sure that whatever you are doing, there are a whole lot of there are a whole lot of templates on Canva that you might even be confused on which one to use, right? But templates make our work easier. Just make sure that you don't lose yourself in the process, that you don't just use templates anyhow. And then, when you go and do your presentation, it is obvious that this is a template. Because, for example, imagine using the template for that creative arts design, that creative person, right? And using it for a business pitch or a pitch deck. In fact, it will not make sense. It will not make sense. It will just be off, right? So ideally, I usually advise that people start from the scratch, because there's a whole lot of presentations on Canva. So I'll just take us go start from the scratch in Canva, and we'll see how it is done. So let me type in presentation. So I clicked on the plus button. In case you not see it, the plus button in the middle that was on my format screen. Then there's the presentation. This is the 16:9. There's a 4:3 size, and I think it's the usual Microsoft PowerPoint slide, but this is 16:9. Is anybody trying to say anything? So this is the plain presentation. See, Canva wants to choke you with their this thing, with their template. So they will bring the option of templates again, right? I want us to check out one. This one now, investing in mutual funds. Can we see my screen? I believe we can see it. See different things, see different ideas that we can use, right? If you are maybe if you want to teach someone something, this is, or you want to introduce them to investing in mutual funds. If you want to introduce them to anything, it could be any topic. It does not have to do with it does not have to do with what are they calling it, mutual funds, but you just want to like, you can deal with these templates and make it your own. So on like the lower part of my screen, I see template style, right? And I can change the template style. The template style, wait, let me see. I clicked on apps. I can change the template style to what fits. I'm trying to. I can change whatever it is to with. I'm going to click on rubbish. So I can say that I want to add the templates. I clicked on design, and then my screen is hanging. I don't know what's up. I might have to stop sharing for a bit, close Canva, and then come back to it. Okay, then I'll come back to Canva. My design will still be there waiting for me, so I have not lost anything. And that's one advantage of Canva, actually. You can start working on something, maybe, but I know laptop. I don't know if anybody who designs on laptop here will know that what I did just now was a very, very risky thing to do. As you know, there's a very, very high probability that you lost your design. The only reason I'll lose my design is if what I was doing didn't save, and as you can see, it was saved, so I can continue with my design. So I'll go back to the this thing. It's asking me if I want to apply all 26 pages. And I will say yes, apply all 26 pages. Yes, replace all pages with templates. So this is one of the ways that templates can make your life easy. So I want to change the color of this thing to suit my color. And I love purple a lot. And call me Purple Lady. So I'm trying to, all these things are Canva basics here. And then it's not giving the color it's supposed to give, but yeah, that's it. Then there is another color that I want to change. You might have to do this throughout the design, but I don't know. I don't know why that option is not coming out. Like, even from when I'm choosing the template, I can change the style, where I can change the color application and the fonts throughout the design. So, whenever, the design is being applied to my presentation, yeah, it's coming in my color. For example, I could have changed this cream color to white, and then whenever I want purple, I change it to purple and all of that. But I don't know, maybe before the end of this call I will find a way around that. I don't know why that is. So this is let's say that this is the presentation slide that we have prepared. You see the different features, this is the emphasis. There is a lot of white space. There is relevant picture. There is, style. Just making sense. There is like we're using keywords. We're not going on to define each type of investor. There is like everything that I've discussed in features of a proper presentation or a killer presentation is what is here. So Canva will give you all that you need. You just have to be careful when using the templates. Another thing that interests me in Canva is how you can add transition. Transitions are things that you can add in between slides to make it more engaging and more interesting. They give this effect. So you can add transition by just clicking the apply between all pages. You can just add it by, let me show you how it works. So I'm going on to present. You can present in Canva too. And then when I go, you see how it dissolves into it. So that's the dissolving transition. So if you want to play around, just check the difference between the different transitions. There's the slide, there's the circle wrapping, there's the color swipe, and all of that. So amazing, right? There's the direction. You can change the direction. So it makes your presentation interesting, but you don't want to do it too much, or you don't want to do it in a way that would distract your audience. So I think that's that about that. Then starting from the scratch, in case you're like me that does not like using templates, we'll just do starting from the scratch and all of that. Then make sure that your color combination is okay, is contrasting from my presentation. And because that's one thing that people who don't have like a prior sense of design, that's what they have trouble with: color combination and font combination. In presentation, you don't all these script fonts, all these design fonts, they don't really have a place like that. But let's see. So I want to add a page, right? I want to add a page. But this page can be, wait, I'm coming. This page can be, yes, you can, yeah, this page can be in form of a layout. So what does layout mean? Layout means that it depends on what you want to do per page. So if your page is just a title page where you just add your text, no picture and everything, you can click on this title page layout. If you want your title page to be one with photo as the background, then write a date or a subtitle. If you're familiar with presentation on PowerPoint, you will know that these things are there. So you are not missing out if you are using Canva for your presentation slide. It's just like an addition, right? So you choose this one. Then see, there are different options that you can choose from. If you want a title page with a subtitle, you want a title page and you have an agenda, which is usually maybe the second thing, maybe like objectives of the presentation, topics you want to trash out in the presentation and everything. There are like different layouts for your agenda, right? And then different things that you can do, different layouts that you can choose. So there's also chat page, right? And the way chat works in Canva is amazing. You just need to input your data. You don't need to start, calculating the pie chart and everything, creating the pie chart yourself from the scratch. Canva is an AI for a reason. Let's go to this chat page. Let's say that want to say people that bought Biro users. I'm just playing, right? In case you want to use so I increase my font, I change the position, I make it bold, right? And then this one too, I don't need to. So this is how I like it. You see that it's still simple. Then where do I, yes, you click on edit to add the data for your, so there are 5 items. I hope you can see all of this that I am doing. There are different options. So you can choose to make it, Canva is too good. You can choose to make it a bar chart, a stacked bar chart, a row chart, a stacked row chart, a line chart, a stacked area chart, a scatter plot chart, histogram chart, pie chart, donut chart. But I think everybody will be familiar with pie chart. So let's just stay with pie chart, right? If you have your data in an Excel sheet, you might want to convert it to CSV and upload the CSV here. But I don't have any data prior in my Excel sheet, so I will just, change this one. So I'll make this one 100. I'll make this one, see what happened when I change it to 100. Let me change the style of this. I want to change the style of this before we continue, so that it will be more colorful and everything. So click on plus, then you see styles. Style was what I was trying to do the other time, that you have different colors. So these are the recently used styles that I've used. So if we have all of this, then I'll apply to all pages, and then let's see, color. So you have to choose a main color. You can choose it from your style, or maybe from, anything. This is just amazing, right? So you can play around, just do something that's, it's colorful, memorable, and all of that. Then I want to keep editing. Then 250, then maybe 1000, then 10, 500, and 500. If you're familiar with 500, right? So then settings, you want to format values as, you want to show labels. So because I didn't write anything here, so okay, let me write in Lekki, Ekpe. Which other area is in Lagos? I'm not a Lagos babe. Banana Island. These are the only places I know. We have Agege. So we're looking at the number of biro users in each of these different locations, and your pie chart can just easily do that for you. Then which other location in? So we have Bega. Even though some people say Bega is in Ogun State, whatever. So then we'll go back to our settings. Sorry. Let's go back to editing it. Let's go to settings. Okay. You can show it as you can show it as numbers. You can show like what you're trying to represent as numbers. So it just creates it automatically. You don't have to start stressing yourself, start calculating how is my pie chart going to be drawn and everything. So you can choose to show labels or not. Then what else? Okay, and you can easily convert it to any of the charts. So when you convert it to a donut chart, this is what you get. When you convert it to a funnel chart, this is what you get. When you convert it to a bar chart, this is what you get. So it's easily, and then you can change the font of the labels. You can change the font of the labels. You remember what I said with fonts? You don't want to use fonts that are strange to the design. So just like that, we have come up with an amazing presentation slide, or just like one page of a slide, right? And then remember what I said, you want to add pictures and everything. So I want us to explore another layout before I open the floor for questions. So in case you want to add a collage page with caption and everything, you want to write a quote or motivation, everything is there. anything you might want to need is there, even if you want to start from the scratch. So you don't really have to like start racking your brain. Of course, you start racking your brain to make it creative, to make it stand out, to make it different. But don't forget that at the same time, it has to be simple as possible. Then you head on here to styles. Styles is where you can easily change, the layout of your document. And then I clicked on another style. Oh, I forgot to click on add to all pages. Let me go. I clicked on the plus sign again. Click on the same thing, apply to all pages. So you see how my design has changed. Ta-da! Because I chose to apply the style to all pages, this is what I have, right? This thing is not looking orange again because orange is not like part of the style. So Canva can even help you with your color combination. Just make sure that the color or the style that you chose as your base will, it's relevant to the design. So if I use this color, it's nice. If I use that other color, it's also good, depending on, maybe the emotion or the vibe in the room that I'm supposed to present. Then the last thing before I go is presenting Gong Gong. So you have two options. You can download this as a PDF. You can either download it as a PDF. You can either download it as separate pictures, or you download it as an MP4 video if it is timed, or you download it as a PDF, right? Because Canva usually, you cannot download it as a PPTX. I don't know if they will allow, maybe later sometime, but when you click on this share icon, you can also click on present. So you can present even within Canva. So there is the present full screen, or you present autoplay. On autoplay, each slide is already timed. On autoplay, each slide is already timed, but then when you present on full screen, you can present at your own pace. So you can present easily on Canva. See, so amazing. So amazing. In case you didn't see that, there's that again. So when I was presenting the other time, I was presenting on my Canva, just straight directly. I didn't have to stress to maybe look for another app or something. So yes, I think that's it when it comes to creating a killer presentation on Canva. Everything that you need is there. You just need to explore your creativity and, don't keep practicing. Practice with colors, practice with fonts, practice, with all of that. So I think that's it. Let me go back to my own presentation slide because everything is still on the Canva app. I love Canva so much. And, I just really love it because every day you keep discovering amazing stuff that Canva can help you do. So I think I'm open to questions now. If you have questions, please share them in the chat box. I will be waiting. Yeah, I think, yes, this is it. Let me present. Let me go. Who has questions? Oh,
Wow. Thank you very much, Dunmomi, for that amazing session, to be honest. I mean, I learned a lot myself, and I was just opening my mouth because I was like, wow. So wow. I mean, thank you so much. I believe that every of our participants has been able to learn one or two things, right? And we'll be taking questions now. So if you have questions about Canva, about presentation, I mean, this is your opportunity. Because the next time you might not see the money for free like this. So it could be that you have to join our masterclass and pay a huge amount of money. So before we release her, please ask all your questions. I mean, ask all your questions. Ask all your questions. Thank you so much, Dunmomi. I've learned a lot, like a lot. Thank you so much. And I believe everybody has learned. So looks like nobody has questions. Okay, okay. So I guess that'll be it. So Dunmomi, do you want to say something? Do you want to round off something?
Yes. To everybody who listened, thank you so much. I felt good teaching. I think I really love doing this. I actually really do, because I love giving information that people do not have. So I pray that even as you have learned this, you go on to kill presentations. Now, don't downplay the power of presentations. Presentations can be the difference between you and can be the difference between you and then your contemporaries, and makes you that like the best choice and like the chosen one. Just make sure that every opportunity that you get, you present yourself in the best self, and then your presentation can go ahead to speak well for you. So don't downplay the power of presentation at all. It gives people this first impression about you, that okay, this person is organized, this person is smart, this person knows what he or she is doing, and all of that. So yeah, feel free to connect with me. You can send me a message on WhatsApp and all of that stuff. I'm open. Then please, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just search Dunmomi Durojaye, or I will drop the link on the groups, the leverage groups, and then you can do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get a lot of good, awesome, amazing, blissful content that has the ability to change your life. Yes. So yeah, that's it from my end. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Praise. Thank you so much.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Dunmomi. That was fantastic. So guys, please, Dunmomi has a YouTube channel. You can subscribe. In fact, I feel like you should subscribe to our YouTube channel, because there's so many things that you're going to learn from her. I mean, I learned so much from Dunmomi as well. She is one of my I want to be like her when I grow up. So I mean, there's just so much that you can learn from Dunmomi, trust me. So connect with her. I mean, she just dropped our contact as well. She dropped our IG handle. So feel free to like reach out to her, tell her that you're from Leverage. I mean, yeah, so you might not have the opportunity again. So thank you very much, Mommy. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And to everybody, thank you very much for joining in. I'm sure that we've learned a lot, and I mean we're going to continue this session tomorrow. We're going to be having Mr. Tommy Michael, right, who is who is an expert at making pitch decks, right? And I mean, the mommy just took us through the basics of presentation. So you want to learn how to do all of these things, because like she said, that could just be the difference that could stand you out amongst your contemporaries. So tomorrow again, we're going to be having the last class. I know it's been a lot. Like this is like the third day. I mean, back to back. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you very much. So I'll see you tomorrow. Take good care of yourselves and have a great evening. Cheers.
Now I can sleep in peace.
Hello, bro. Hello, Praise.
Yeah, you can
Praise, are you
end, you
there?
can stop the recording.
Okay, okay, okay.